But I really wanted to talk to you because I don't even really know y'all's story and like why you guys wanted to buy a damn bus, because this is weird, right? Like not everybody does this.
Yeah, you
Especially
got to
with
be
kids.
weird.
Yeah.
Are we going to be live now, or tell us when we
Yeah.
are so we know?
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah, go
on
ahead.
now. Go
We're
ahead.
good.
You're on it.
All right. Yeah.
So introduce your guys'
Yeah,
selves
go
first
ahead.
off.
Yeah, introduce yourselves.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm Adam.
And I'm Joanie Wegman. We have 3 kids. Eden, she's 9. Lincoln is 7, and Solomon is 5.
Sweet.
Wow.
So we are one of the people that travel in a tiny home without dogs.
Yeah. Well, you got enough
We
kids.
see all these people who have dogs, and we're like, it is a whole nother story traveling on the road with 3 kids, especially like space and messes and food and everything else you have to prepare for. So
Right.
And they're at that age too where, yeah, it's just messy. It's just kids, you know? You can't just have super clean all the time. It's not realistic.
No, for us to get it clean, we have to send everybody outside for a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
which
we're doing the
happens
best.
not very often. You should see how dirty our car gets that we're towing behind.
Oh, man.
Oh,
It's
really?
embarrassingly dirty, but that's just road life too.
That's it. Yeah.
That is
Well, I'll start a little bit. This journey started for us about 5 years ago. We had some changes in our business and our financial situation. We were very successful in my salon and spa, and Adam was custom designing jewelry. We had kids in between that time of being in business, and our business took a drastic turn when some things were done that weren't exactly legal, we'll just say.
Unethical.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And our life took a drastic turn, and we found ourselves in a position of the people who had to receive blessings from other people. We were always the people that were able to give blessings, and we found ourselves in the position to have to receive, or we wouldn't be able to really make it with our home and our business and things. And so we spent the next 5 years trying to rebuild everything that we had. But God was just kind of impressing on our hearts that there was a change coming. We started to sell things, not thinking anything like this would come about.
Sure.
And then we'll just kind of fast forward to last year. We just had an experience at our business again that Adam kind of looked at me and asked and said, do you want to keep doing this? Mm-hmm. And it was sort of just this continued experience with employees that just wasn't positive. And I said, no. And he kind of looked at me and said, no, because I'm usually someone who's very enduring and steadfast. And
sure.
And I asked her this question 5 years prior, and, you know, off and on within the 5 years, I kept asking her, do you want to keep doing this? And her answer was always no. I feel like the Lord is calling me to do this, and he'll release me when he releases me. But until then, I'm going to keep plugging away. So when she answered yes, I was shocked. I'm like, that's not the answer I expected.
It's like, oh crap, what do we do now? She said yes.
Or he means no. Like I said, he said, do you want to keep doing this? And I said no.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
And so I looked at him, and I was getting very emotional at this point, because I knew that meant, 13 years of work and renovations and running a company was coming to an end. As the words came out of my mouth, the emotions came just as fast. And I was fighting back just extreme emotions and tears. And I looked at him through these teary eyes, and I just said, let's go do your dream now. So then he starts crying because he wanted to travel, and he wants to be in the mountains, and he just has a very strong desire to do that.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And so the next thing he knew, I booked him a plane ticket to Montana after researching a very specific bus that we wanted, and he flew out to Montana to get our Genesis Adventure bus, and I'll let him tell from there.
And it's the same bus you guys have, as you know.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same year, same everything.
Oh,
so,
cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
I don't have any problems with mine. I love it.
Yeah, that's worked.
Yeah, we've been loving ours so far. We really do like it.
Good.
But yeah, she found a bus at a bus service company out in Montana and booked me a flight. So I flew out there and picked it up and drove it through Glacier National Park on the way home. So that was a white knuckle 100 miles driving.
Figuring out how to drive 40 feet of steel. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
exactly,
fun.
through the mountains.
Yep.
And I do have to say one little side note about this. So this is like a funny husband and wife story. So I packed him like a full wool long underwear set because he snowplowed, so he had it. I'm like, you're gonna get cold. Put this on because he had to sleep in the bus on the way home to get there,
Yeah.
And I wasn't hearing from him. There was no coverage. I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope he's okay. I was like all worried. And he finally ended up calling me. I'm like, how'd you do? Did you sleep okay last night? I'm like, were you warm enough with your long underwear? And he's like, oh, I froze. Because I woke up at 2 a.m. freezing. I couldn't get back to sleep. I'm so exhausted. I'm like, really? And he's like, I didn't put them on.
I didn't put them on. Nice.
I was like, oh,
nice.
Adam.
That's all. You squared him away and everything. He just didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
It was April, and I was surprised. I flew into Kalispell, and it was like 65 degrees. It was beautiful. But then that night, it must have dipped down to 30s or lower.
Sure.
And Joanie knew that would happen, and I just kind of, I don't know. I was warm when I went to sleep, and I woke up pretty cold.
That's awesome.
So you got like firsthand experience how cold these buses can get if you like leave bus insulation inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, because y'all tore it apart, right? When y'all did your bus. I mean, y'all have a new ceiling. I saw y'all have like the wood ceiling.
Yeah, we gutted it down to bare metal. So
Good.
we re-insulated all the walls, all the floor, all the ceiling. We have wool insulation in the ceiling because we are from a cold state, and we knew if we were going to be visiting family, and even just the drive down from December, it was -9 when we left. So we were pretty cold for about 4 days. We do have the fireplace in the bus, which can heat it up really nicely. But if there's times when we don't have wood, or we just, we obviously don't have the fireplace going when we're driving. So
yeah. We've been stuck in places where it was really cold. I think it was like Cortez, New Mexico, and it started snowing all of a sudden. So
Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba. It was Cuba, New Mexico.
Yeah.
But up near the Four Corners, and it was like a freak snowstorm. It was like April, and it was like we had the propane furnace going.
It wasn't -9.
No, it was like 20
cold.
or something. But we had that propane furnace going, and we had the bus engine going too because it was so freaking cold. Like it was at least the bus engine though was like keeping it warm in the front, so that was nice.
Oh my
but
goodness.
you guys have a wool ceiling. I remember you saying that, and I remember seeing the pictures now that you said that. How is that working really well for you guys?
Yeah, I'm a researcher, so Adam's the one who implements and puts together everything, and then I'm the one who researches and designs. So I'll research all these different things and approach him with it, and he's like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea, because the reason we did that is because it's metal, the ceiling's metal, and we didn't want to do, this is just personally, we just didn't want to do foam for like the toxicity reasons and against metal. We live a really natural life, and even down to like our environment and food and all of that. So we decided wool was a good option for us.
Very
nice.
That's
good. And that's the best thing about bus builds. And I think a lot of people on these like schooly forums get really offended like when people like do something different and they're like, oh, you're not supposed to do it that way.
That's the point of this bus though, to do whatever you want to do, not what everybody wants you to do.
Right.
Yes.
Did you guys get a lot of like people wanting advice or like wanting to give their advice, their 2 cents, like what you should do to your bus while you were building it? Or
And no, they actually didn't implement anything like that. It was more just surprised about the lifestyle that we decided to live, because we weren't really the people that they thought would do that, just because we were settled and running businesses and having kids, and we looked like the normal.
You had your shit together, right?
Would, do the work and retire, and and that was not the direction God was leading us in. And something that Adam kept saying is, he's just like, I just moving all this stuff around all the time. I move stuff up and down, and then we have cold weather clothes that we have to take in and out, and he's just like, this stuff is. And I said, I agree. This stuff is running our life. And why do we have it all? And our experiences are little and our stuff is a lot. And that just should be the other way around.
Yep, absolutely.
Good for you guys. It's really hard to get like both couples on board. And I know, do you guys like have like an end goal? Like what's the goal for bus life besides like, I mean, is there a certain place y'all want to end up besides where you've been?
So that's a great question. It's kind of it's a journey of faith for us right now. We really feel strongly that we're supposed to leave Minnesota, but we don't know where home is. So that's part of this journey, is we're going to each state. We'll pick out cities that look cool or areas that look nice, and we'll pray as we go through those. And if God leads us there, that's where we'll end up. If not, then we'll just keep moving on. So we haven't found that place yet.
That's
nice.
And we're about 7 months into the journey. So we're just going to keep exploring and seeing where he has us. And if we're not going to settle for a place that is okay.
Yes.
We really we desire his will for us. So we're going to keep plugging away until we find that.
I totally get that.
Yes.
Because, we are the same way.
Yeah.
And for us, coming to Arizona, it was, oh, wait a minute. We would just find it, everything would go so smoothly, so easy for us here in Arizona. And so I totally get that, where you're looking for that place that it's not that you accept it, it's somewhere that you feel like, oh man, just everything's going so smoothly here,
right.
And for us, Arizona, everything has just worked and everything has been so easy. Anytime we needed something or needed to find something or whatever, it was like, boom, the universe would throw it right here in our lap and say, hey, here you go. You were talking about this. Here's this opportunity for you.
Did you guys ever give yourself like a time frame to be in a city? Like, do you know when you're ready to move on?
Well, unfortunately, we're trying to cover a lot of states in a small amount of time. And the only reason for that is because we have to make our way back to Minnesota by July, because the one thing that has held us back a little bit in our decision making in our future is our commercial building did not sell before we left. And so we've been paying a mortgage on the road, and we have to go back and settle that, get that sold, pack up the rest of our stuff. And funny enough, we will be going back to Queen Creek, Arizona from October until May, because we have a really good opportunity there. So we get that about Arizona, because Arizona is an amazing place that you have to experience to really realize that.
Yes.
So that will be, and specifically for us, Queen Creek, we loved it. And so
that's near Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be there for at least
there.
a season. I guess we'll see where it all takes us, but we were very welcomed in. Everyone in Arizona is very kind, and like you said, there's so many opportunities there, but the long term of finding a home to settle in, Adam's heart is somewhere in the mountains, so he does want to live in a mountain time. At least, even if we go to Arizona every winter, he wants to have that mountain home.
I'm telling you, there are mountains all over Arizona. I used to think Arizona was a flat desert. There are some of the prettiest mountains here, and I'm not talking about like just little hills. I mean, what's the tallest mountain here? It's like 9,000 feet or something in Arizona.
Yeah, I don't remember.
9,000.
Well,
I
was going to say, we just took the kids to summer camp yesterday, and for the first time we drove through Mount Lemmon in Tucson. I've been wanting to hike it. I haven't gotten to yet, but we went up this backside that the navigation actually asked us like 3 times.
Oh my God, we went on an adventure yesterday.
And I had to keep saying, yes, I'm sure, Siri, shut up and take me on this drive, Well, we ended up going on this like dirt road for like an hour. So I get why she said that. It was awful.
We were in the middle of nowhere. It was cool. It was awesome, though. It was fun to get lost.
It was like there was huge trees and then huge saguaro cacti, which I will say down here in Sierra Vista, we'll actually be in Sierra Vista when you guys are here. I think we'll be doing the lot here again, the pumpkin patch and everything. Yeah. But the Huachuca Mountains here, everybody in Arizona, everywhere we went, they were like, you have to go to Sierra Vista. It's like a gem. And I'm like, whatever, everything in Arizona looks the same. But I know you guys saw Sedona. It's gorgeous. It has its own beauty. I've never gotten to go north of the Grand Canyon. I heard that place, Antelope, whatever. You see the really pretty rocks. I don't know. It looks really amazing. But anyway, if y'all get a chance to come down a little south, it's a lot cooler than Phoenix and Tucson, and it's like 4,900 feet elevation. So it's got a nice little weather situation that goes on. I don't know, but definitely check it out.
Yeah, we'll have 8 months to come visit.
Yeah, and there's so many trails over here. I mean, I was a little leery because it was near the border. In fact, we turned down this location last year because of that, but we've really liked it. And I guess 3 months. We gave ourselves a 3-month timeline. Like
within 3 months, we know whether we like somewhere or it's time to move on. And sometimes it's like the first month. Now it's time to go. Let's get out of here.
Right.
It could be like the first week sometimes, and we're like, we're out of here.
Yep.
Yes.
Did you guys?
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's a couple days for us.
Yes.
All right, let's bogey. Let's head out.
Have you guys met people?
You gotta let them talk.
I know. I'm sorry. I am excited because they are a lot like us in this aspect. Have you guys seen people just like leave in the middle of the night from like a gig or something? Because you guys have been work camping, right? A little bit.
As far as what?
Like have you guys been work camping at all?
No. We haven't done that at all.
Okay, but y'all are like doing work on people's property or something?
Actually, I take that back. So at the place we're going to in Queen Creek, we did kind of do work camping there, but it was more...
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
It was kind of like...
Yeah, we paid for a week's stay there to actually stay there, but it's an orchard and gardens and wedding venues.
Nice.
And yeah, they have big events, and it ended
Yeah.
up we just bakeries, and we love them, and they wanted us to work. That's why we're going back. We're going to live there right
Yes.
at the farm. It's a 300-acre farm, fourth
Oh my
generation farm.
God.
So it's very perfect for our lifestyle.
Land is
Yeah,
cheap in
correct.
Arizona too. I don't know if you guys have looked at it.
It's
Yeah.
wild. Like this place is, it's like a 300-acre prime piece of property that's fourth generation organic peach farm, and they have, like Joanie mentioned, they have 3 wedding venues on the property. They have a petting zoo. They have a bakery. They kind of have this huge, I guess it's a small amusement park within it. I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
like it's this crazy place that's really cool. So they welcomed us in there. That was amazing.
And your
Yeah,
kids?
I was able to do their social media branding. So I run their social media page now. I'm building their brand on that. So that's part of the work we do on the road. And then Adam like assists me and does all my shipping and like technical side of things. So I started my own brand of botanical natural makeup and skincare. And like I
Nice.
said, I'm very conscious of wellness and health, and I wanted to be able to offer women truly it can say, you can slap a label on anything
Yep.
and quote say it's organic or natural, but
So
I know
true.
the difference.
Yeah.
And so I wanted
Yeah.
to have a brand that represented truly clean makeup and skincare. So we ship that from the bus to pretty much, I think, like 45 states now. So Adam helps me
Nice.
with that as well, because he can't do his Goldsmith custom design work on the road. And then we together collectively work for a gut health and wellness company, and that gives us residual income because we can take people in who also want to do it. It's not like an MLM, but it's similar.
Sure.
Very cool.
But it's not like a pyramid structure. So we have a lot of income streams, but like you asked for the long term, another thing we really want to do when we settle somewhere is we want to start a retreat for couples, a marriage ministry retreat center, and an RV park too, just because we felt like everywhere we went and all the people we talked to, everyone had the same vision of they wanted to find community. They wanted to find those people to do life with, but they had a very difficult time doing that. And so
Right.
we kind of thought, what if we can bring community together and have a business doing that? And we have experience obviously with, being on the road. So maybe that's our long-term goal. We just don't know. We're just really open, but both of us love serving people and like cooking and just having that community togetherness. And
Right.
so I don't know, we'll see where our vision takes us, but
That's awesome. I mean,
yeah.
you traveling with kids, number one, it's hard because, I know you guys maybe, I don't know how much research or how many RV parks y'all stay at, but it is hard to find RV parks that are taking kids that are open even in Arizona, because a lot of them are old people parks or, for 55 and older only, but I've noticed more people our age are going into this travel lifestyle. We're finding residual
They're the number one
income.
market, millennials right now, in the RV lifestyle. They're actually converting a lot of different RVs over
Vans
to
probably.
appeal to the millennial market.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep.
And you can just, the millennial market too, they're a little more abstract. Like people roll in with some crazy looking vehicle
Yep.
versus, a really polished off the lot kind of a thing. And so that's
true.
something too, like some RV parks will only take,
Nice.
you can only have a
It's
10-year-old
weird.
rig.
So weird.
It's so
And-
weird, yeah.
And that just eliminates so many people. And then, you're stuck at a state park or, elsewhere or boondocking all the time,
Right.
which we're set up to do that.
We
We've
do
spent-
like 85% boondocking.
Yeah,
It's
we
so
spent like
nice.
6 weeks in the desert.
Yeah,
so.
we've been hooked up to power and electric, maybe 10 times in 7 months. I mean, that's how much, paid. Otherwise,
That's
we've boondocked and dry camped the rest of the time.
That's cool.
Isn't that crazy? And I bet you guys never thought like 5 years ago you would be boondocking
No.
out of your bus.
No.
Like doing laundry
No,
on the side of the
no.
road,
No, this wasn't the long-term dream.
The first time we were at this like rest stop and we had been traveling for a while and we needed to do laundry, and I had that little hand washer, I hadn't even used it before. The one everybody wants to buy because they're like, oh, it doesn't take any electricity. So I'm all doing it, and we're at this rest area doing our laundry, and there's all these nice RVs parked next to us, and we're like hanging our clothes out on the bus, and I just am like, I didn't ever saw myself doing this. I feel like a clampet or something, but I know I'm not that, but at the same time, we're relaxing in our rig.
I think people
watching,
judge too much is all that's really going on.
Let me finish.
Here.
We're watching Netflix. We're making a full meal inside, home cooked meal for our kids.
With lights on.
And the RVers next to us have flashlights. They're outside on their knees trying to light their little propane grills to get their fire started because they don't have enough battery power, from their RV to power. So we're actually, I'm sure you guys are like this. You can literally sit anywhere and you're living life normal, like any other day. You just are in a bus.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Yeah. And you have a different view every time. I'm always surprised.
Yeah, it's incredible. The journey we're on trying to find home basically is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But this would not have been feasible without taking our home with us at the same time.
Yes.
Because who can afford to fly to all these different states and then rent a car and then go scope things out?
Exactly.
And, and we don't have a corporate job, so it's not like we got offered a job somewhere and then we're just kind of going there because of a job. We can basically do whatever we want, wherever we want.
Yeah.
So some people, it's interesting because that comes with a whole new set of circumstances, because then you're like, wait a minute, there's endless possibilities. How are we going to narrow this down?
Exactly.
So basically, the only way to do it is to drive and to see everything.
You understand true freedom now, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah. It is a little scary.
Because
we really do.
Yes.
It is scary.
Yeah. And our viewpoint now is that freedom is not in your bank account.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is so
because
true.
There's so many people who hold themselves back from finding freedom, whatever that means to them, because of their bank account, and that is not where you find freedom.
I agree.
And what we realized too is that we like talking to people, and everywhere we go, somebody has this incredible story of their life, and they're so eager to tell it, but no one's ever listened to it before.
Yeah.
And like, you ask them and they're more than willing to tell you where they came from, where they're going, what they're doing. And some of the time it's like mind blowing what people have been through. And it's like, what, are you serious? You did this, that, and the other thing, and now you're here and you're traveling, and it's just like, whoa, you hear such crazy stories, and I love that.
Yeah.
Adam
There's a lot of humanity in this. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He wants to be like a full-time conversationalist.
Yeah. If that's an
lawn chair philosopher.
And this is coming from like the shy guy who had anxiety turned into the most extrovert, wants to talk to everyone.
Nice. So this has been good for you then. Like you kind of came out of a shell, kind of broke through.
It's crazy, man. It's been a process because during high school, I was so nervous to talk to anyone. And even through college, I really had a hard time meeting new people.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote a Dear John letter because he couldn't talk to me. I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. How long have you guys been together?
Dude.
Oh, we dated when we were 16. We've been married 18 years in July.
Oh, my gosh. How awesome.
Yeah.
That y'all are an anomaly. So congrats. It's
Thank you.
Very uncommon, for high school sweethearts, really, or just people that have been dating.
We went through our fair share of trials and tribulations, which is part of why we want to have a marriage ministry, so we can encourage other couples. So that's a whole nother story.
So you've been together since high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. So
it does
fellow
take
high school sweethearts, I like it.
Yeah.
He had braces and a bowl cut.
I had braces and a bowl cut. I swear to God, 13 years old, I had braces and a bowl cut, and I'll part my hair right down the middle. Yep.
He did too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good man. Good man.
The first time he got a new haircut, it was at prom, and he got the spiky haircut, and I thought he turned into the hottest man on earth.
Lance Bass.
It was like a he's all that.
I freaking love it, man.
NSYNC styles.
You're tearing up my heart. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, now we try to include some of those things, especially like bandanas and tie-dye, just to keep people wondering about our bus. No, I'm just kidding.
That's so funny. I'm gonna start rocking a fanny pack, so don't feel bad.
Oh, totally should. I totally should.
He's got his eye on one.
Oh, I totally do. Yeah.
It's like a new age Target fanny pack, though. I'm sure it's cool.
No, it's gonna be a tactical fanny pack.
tactical
Yeah, it goes with our business. So yeah.
Yes.
With webbing all over it.
Yeah.
So honestly, I've always liked fanny packs. I think they're cool. Like, I don't care what anybody says. I get they look super nerdy, but I just love the utility factor of having, because guys don't wear purses and
man bags.
But I can wear this fanny pack and I can have my chapstick in there, my wallet, my phone, you name it, I can put it in there. So I like it.
Dude, you don't have to hold anything. Your arms
No.
are free.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
We need to do a
yes.
video, and you need to stand like Zach Galifianakis
Oh
in
my
the Hangover.
God. Yes.
You know, when he had his belly all out.
Yes, we're totally doing that.
And he would like
yes.
flick his hair back. Yeah. You
Oh my God, that's great.
There was a question I had for you guys because you guys started so many businesses, and I really want to know. Well, there's two questions actually. What would you say to someone who wants to start a business from home? Like, what would like kind of the main advice be?
Well, it depends on what business they're starting. I mean, I guess I'm going to answer that with, if they're passionate about something that they, can find some people to surround them, or like with me, a manufacturer that I could actually produce something that I was really passionate about. It really isn't as hard as you think if you just have a little grit and put a little grind into it. Although I really was 100% okay. Like if you would watch Saturday Night Live and how people make fun of other people, that's how Adam and I would lay in bed at night making fun of network marketing. We would die laughing. And now here we are making residual income from a network marketing company.
Network marketing companies are fantastic, though.
Yeah.
So
You
there's
know what?
nothing
That's
wrong
a
with that.
fantastic,
They really
that's
are.
a fantastic business model for a lot of people
Absolutely.
who they need to work from home.
Yep.
Because not everyone wants to produce their own brand or have something that they have to put that amount of work into.
Yeah,
So
right.
absolutely.
someone's already got it established.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, but like the people that were parked next to right here that we came to visit, our friends, he brings people in and trains them how to go out and do sales for credit card processing.
Oh.
And so that's another way that they make money on the road. There's so many
Interesting.
avenues to do it that I
Yes.
think it's
I agree.
unlimited.
There's a lot of remote work you can do, and also I like to tell people you can make money doing absolutely anything and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, there's some of the dumbest things I've ever seen on YouTube, and these people making weird noises.
There's
and they
a
have
girl
millions
who's
of views.
famous.
Yes.
Weird noises for a living.
What's that
Oh,
called? The
yeah.
kids always talk about
ASMR?
I don't know,
ASMR.
but
It's
yeah. And I'm
ASMR.
like, what?
I've never even watched it, but I just heard about it.
They're
Well,
eating food.
Morgan and I just found out about one where
Yeah.
it's a woman who does, and it's not just this one person.
No, it's a bunch of people.
It is now a little subsegment that's growing, and it's where they give, I don't understand it really, but it's like sex talk, but they aren't really having sex. It's
just
just
in the
a play.
microphone.
It's a production. That's all it is. And people are doing that now as
Yep.
a living. I
That's
didn't
it.
even know you could make a
No,
living
I didn't
pretending to have sex on a podcast, and that's
Yeah.
what people do now.
It's crazy.
Wow.
But you're right. Like, and that's the thing I keep telling people, because you see that question all the time.
Use your
just like us.
imagination, basically.
How do you make money on the road? I want to do this life, but this. You have to be creative.
Yes.
You
and
could
think
you could make
outside.
saddles for My Little Ponies or something. Just anything crazy.
Hit the brony market, bro.
Hit the brony market up.
Well, the other side of it too is that if you are someone who really has a passion to do this, you are gonna find a way.
Yes.
And
Sure.
if money is the way that if that's your excuse for stopping you, like
Yeah.
I don't really think that's an excuse.
Oh, there's so much money in this country.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
so much money, and people don't understand that. You don't have to go work a 9-to-5 job to pull
No.
some of that money out of this economy.
No.
What are we in?
No.
Like a
No.
$20 trillion economy
It's
now?
ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
there's tons of it. Just go pull it out.
Speaking of which,
Yep.
that
If
was
you want
my
it,
second.
go take it.
My second question was, how is the mobile salon business? Because your bus is not only a house; it's also
That's
a
right.
salon where you've actually done. Well, you mentioned the Queen Creek doing. They had
Yeah.
wedding venues. I saw you doing some wedding hair. So how is that?
Yeah. So that's a multifaceted answer just because I am licensed. I'm finishing up getting my license in the 3rd state. You have to be licensed in every state that you perform hair.
Ooh.
There's certain states like Arizona where you can perform hair and makeup services just specifically for weddings without
Oh.
being licensed, but everything else you have to have a license for, and that's pretty much how it is in every state. It's very strict in the hair industry. It's like nursing industry with sanitation rules and laws and everything. So
Wow.
I only stopped my license, amounts of how many I wanted to have. I stopped after 3 states because we didn't know
Sure.
which ones we were going to have more business in. And realistically, it's very minimal because I was going from, doing hair for 17 years,
Sure.
8-9 people a day, to just wanting to continue to serve people and bring my mobile salon with me.
Sure.
And be able to keep up my license. So it's more of a long-term goal as well, because wherever we end up or wherever we end up living, I don't want to start a whole brick and mortar business like I did before. I want to just have my mini mobile salon that I can take anywhere. So I'll get to a place where I'll settle down and I'll use this and utilize it more.
Very cool.
So it was sort of, we built it because people would be like, why did they waste all that space, to do this mobile salon if she's not doing hair full time? Right now, I'm not going to, but the long term of this is to be able to do that. And so, yeah, we're looking ahead in the future.
I like that, though.
I love that.
I think that's fantastic because,
That's so
you're
smart.
not limited. So, and I think that's something our generation understands is that we're not limited to just one spot. We think globally. So, you are now thinking mobily of, I don't want to have a brick and mortar. I don't want to be stuck in one spot every day. I want to go somewhere and be able to take my business with me. And so, you now said you have 3 different states that you can do hair.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. So you're not limited to just one area. I love that. I love that.
Something I also admire about you guys, and I think really most of the people that take their kids on the road, is you've consolidated things that you love to do, but you've put your marriage first and your kids, first. And I really think that being in this lifestyle, that is so important. And I think that is a priority a lot of people in America haven't figured out yet. And I'm not saying everybody has the same priorities or anything, but I'm just saying that I know when I started realizing I wasn't near my kids as much, and I wanted to be near them more. And it was like, how do we know we like being together. How do we make us being together and finding a place to call home and having our house with us and being comfortable, because we don't have
adventures
and have adventures together, but not have a ton of money to do it with, when all your money's wrapped up in mortgages. You know what I mean? There's no room for going to Disneyland, or I don't want to put it on a credit card. I don't, because then I'm going to be bitching the whole time after about how I'm having to pay for this credit card going to Disney World, and I don't want to do that because then it's on my kids.
Same. Yeah, you crave that time with them, and same for us. We took out huge loans when we started our brick and mortar business. We bought, a building, and so I was taught really well growing up, and we didn't have a lot. We were very poor. So I was very good with my money and paid off, all the debt that I accrued and half my building. Wow. But that still was limited because I had to be there for that place to be successful. Right. And so now we built our whole bus debt free. That's why it's probably not perfect compared to what some people think. We love it though. We know that we own it, and we can say it's yours. This is ours. Yes. And this will be ours. And even if it isn't some fancy home, we don't have a mortgage.
It's
we
yours.
Don't have debt.
Yes.
And that speaks a lot about what we want for our future too.
And we built it all ourselves too.
People don't understand how powerful that is.
Mm-hmm. Just finishing it. Just finishing the build.
How many have quit? I've seen a ton of people start buses, quit them, start them, quit them. They're hard. They're not easy.
Yeah. Or it takes, several years to do. And then, I don't know. We try to pump ours out fast because we were trying to get it done before winter.
Yeah. And I remember that.
Winter is coming.
But it was insanity, from 5 a.m. till 1 in the morning every day trying to get it finished up. And we ended up being 2 months behind schedule.
That's not bad.
That's
not bad at all. We were 15 months behind schedule.
A year,
so yeah.
We were 3 months. We'll get it done.
So that's not bad at all. Good job.
Okay, my problem was I had a bunch of dudes that drank beer, and then they'd be like, but if we added a deck to the bus and a ramp,
a lot of things,
and if we added bulletproof side or a turret gun area, oh my God, it was ridiculous. We were never going to be done, ever. You guys, I have two actually questions, two last questions, but you, have y'all had any big breakdown issues or any big bus issues that you want to share with anybody that is maybe dreading the road? Cause we haven't had any breakdowns yet, knock on wood, but, I'm always interested to hear the stories.
We just had to change tires along the route, and God covered us. We popped a tire coming here, actually, and we were in the Navajo reservation, so there's nothing for 100 miles. And 3 miles up the road from where we popped the tire was a family reservation entire business, and they changed it in the 40-mile-an-hour wind and rain, and we were on our way. Other than that, it's been perfect.
That's
Wow.
amazing. That is amazing.
That's cool.
He was looking out for you guys for sure. That's for sure. My last. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say we have to kind of wrap it up.
Yeah.
We have dinner to do, but
You're good.
We'd love to do this again sometime.
No,
though.
for sure, because I want to talk to Joanie about parenting and you two about parenting and homeschooling on the road. I think that's going to be a whole nother episode.
Oh, that would be an awesome.
Yeah, that
yes.
would be.
We would love to do one on that. Love.
Good. Well, yeah, we'll definitely have to schedule it then. My last question for you guys, and then I'm going to have y'all plug your social media and stuff, but it would be, I guess, do you have anybody that has inspired you to that kind of were like, well, man, if they could do it, I could do it? Or, are there anybody out there that you were watching or trying to get motivation from when y'all were building or doing this journey?
The answer is no. 0 people.
No.
We're the black sheep out of everyone we know that are the crazy ones that do the wild
We're
stuff.
hoping to be the inspiration.
So we're trying to be that for others now because we
Yeah.
really didn't have a lot of we did find some people on social media like you
Sure.
guys and some others.
Sure.
But as far as like people that were close to us,
Right.
no, not really.
Yeah, no, I get that. There's been, I guess there's so many people now posting YouTube and doing all these things on social media. I know when you guys were doing it, there wasn't a ton, like when we were doing it, there really wasn't a lot out there. Now it seems like if you want to do this lifestyle, you can literally just Google schoolie and there's like 20 videos on how somebody ripped out insulation or raised a roof or did whatever. So really, I know if anybody's looking to do a bus build, you can just do it by Googling. You guys, I'm sure y'all want professional builders, you know what I mean? You can literally figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to be. Anyone can do it if they just put their mind to it.
I get the last thing I want you guys to do is, go ahead and put out all your social media channels so people can follow you. And go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So people can follow us on Instagram. It's AdamJoanieAdventures. And on
Same for
YouTube, it's the same thing, AdamJoanieAdventures. On Facebook, it is.
It's kind of hard because it's Adventure Bus and then / J Amelia's and CherryPicks and W Design. We just
I like it.
all our business pages and combined one page together. So
that makes it easy though, because I'm dealing with the pages thing, and I'm about to just be like, look, we do all this, okay?
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Exactly. And then we have a website for Joanie's skincare and makeup, which is CherryPicksMakeup.com.
CherryPicksMakeup.com. And if you guys could send me those links, and I can just copy paste them into the podcast, and this will also be on YouTube. It'll just be like
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you guys are welcome.
Thank you guys for coming on.
We look forward to next time.
Yeah, for sure. And y'all have a safe journey. Y'all going to Utah, you said?
Yeah, we have to go. We're on our way to Las Vegas, so we have to go through Utah to get to Vegas. We have to be there by Saturday. So.
Okay. Well, you guys have a really safe journey and enjoy the rest. I mean, this impromptu extra day off.
Yeah.
Those happen, but it's good. You guys. It sounds like y'all are settling into the bus life and moving right along, and I think that's awesome.
Yes, we realize we just have to roll with it sometimes. Whatever happens, we can't control everything, and so. Disappointments happen, but then we kind of started planning for those and for extra days here and there, so it's okay.
That's good. That is one. Its own thing is to get over that. Not, like I said, not being able to control stuff. I think after the first year, we were finally ready to enjoy bus life, because the first year was like, I don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just driving around. I didn't really feel prepared. So I'm glad you guys are still sticking to it, because sometimes by now there's a lot of people like, well, I don't know, we're probably just going to give up on it, or I just don't want to do it, or you don't really have a set plan. And I think that's so important, because if anything, you're just going to let yourself down, because it's not going to work out that way, Yeah. It's going to work out how it's supposed to.
You guys are living proof that it can be done, and it can be done for long term too. So
that's true. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have an awesome dinner, and thank you again so much for coming on and sharing your story. We'll probably have this out next Friday, and I'll send you links, and we'll get it out there.
Perfect.
Thank you guys so much.
Ours. Yeah, you guys have a blessed evening.
You too, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
We're coming to you from our 49 square foot podcast studio, 100% powered by solar in our schooly Chitty Bang.
You can find our shenanigans online at thecrabshomestead.com and Talkin' Chitty on Facebook and Instagram. You can also follow our schooly life on Facebook at Chitty Bang Schooly and Instagram at The Crabs Homestead.